All right, in this project, we're going to be doing a DIY paver pad for a shed. Joseph, roll that intro. All right, in this part, we're measuring out the area for the paver pad. It's a little area. It's a 7x7. You can use a machine if you have one, or rent one, or you can just do it the old way. Get a pick and a shovel. Don't forget to wait to see the entire video. We'll be showing one of the important parts that you need for this paver project. Really important. We'll also be showing the finished touch of the driveway we did. That way you guys can see the final product. We had a good space in this project, so we were able to bring this little machine to help us remove all this dirt. And there we are bringing in some pavers already, because it's a small project for us. If you're with someone else, between two people, you guys can do this in a day for sure. Sometimes you'll run into problems, like right there. You could almost start to see a pipe, but good thing that was an old pipe and wasn't needed at all. So we just broke it off and canceled it. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe and like this video. Hit the bell so you guys get notified when we upload more videos. And we got some links in the description below so you can follow us on other social medias. That would be awesome, guys. So the tools we used for this project were a level. We used a shovel, a square shovel or spade. We actually had two pieces of a 3/4 PVC pipe. Those are the ones we used to level. This tamper you're seeing now, we use that. That's if you don't have a compactor. You can rent a compactor for like $100 at a rental store near you. The other tools we used was obviously some paint, tape measure. We used a broom, a blower. You need some water. You need a hammer. We also use a concrete trowel. You'll see in the video, just for like minor touch-ups in the sand. So right now we're putting in the road base. It's class 2 road base. We try to do it in layers, about 2 inches in increments, and then we compact it down another 2 inches and a little more until we're happy with the level we want to achieve. Yeah, here we're going. Here we are going a couple of times with the compactor over and over, making sure it's nice and hard. Compaction is one of the most important, if not the most important part of any hardscape you do. It's the compaction. You want to compact it. At the very end, we mist it down a little bit so it just stays really nice and firm. You want to keep on going over and over with it. Here we're trying to do some final touches. Here we are. We're doing it with the level. Trying to get everything nice and perfect. Both ways. Make sure everything's nice and level. For a driveway or a walkway, you do need a little bit of inches or some grade to it so the water can flow out. But when you're putting a shed, you don't. You want to have it nice and level. That's the best way to go for that. Here we're going to be misting it a little bit and then going ahead with the compactor. And yeah, getting it ready for the 2 pieces of PVC pipe. The pipe you see there, it's just any irrigation PVC. I do recommend you go with a 3/4 pipe. You don't want to do more than 1 inch of sand. A 3/4 pipe is the best way to go. Right now we're going to start to screed the sand with the level If you don't have a level, you can use a 2x4. You know, you can put a little, get a little level and put it on top of a 2x4 and then screed it out. Just make sure it's nice and straight. You know, if it's for your home, for your, you know, DIY projects, it doesn't have to be super straight, but you want it as straight as possible. And the type of sand we use, it's called a plaster sand. Pretty much any sand can work, but the plaster sand's the one that works best for our area. So remember, guys, we're in California, so we don't have like no snow. In the part we live, it's right next to the coast. We have like no snow at all. It's not freezing out here or anything like that, so we don't worry about that stuff. So here we move the camera a little bit so you guys can get a better angle. We're gonna start at this corner. We're gonna make sure it's nice and squared, how we wanted it, and just start laying down the pavers. It's a simple process. We use that concrete trowel for the little areas where the pipe got moved. That's where we start putting in all the a little bit of sand. So you see it right there, yeah. And then you guys can start walking on the you guys can start walking on the pavers. It's not, nothing's gonna happen with that. Yeah, if you guys don't have a trail like that, you can use a 2x4 or something just to fill that little sand area where the pipe got removed. And just simple, start laying your pavers. Make sure you don't push them in the sand and pull them towards the paver. You want to click them to the existing paver that's there and drop them down. Nice and easy. There's many patterns you can use. I would suggest you do something simple. That way you guys don't have to do no cuts. That's why we did it with like this one here. You're seeing, if you want to do more elaborate, you can do bigger pavers, small, big, a different pattern. But really for this situation right now we're doing, you don't really need it. You can see a little bit, the pavers at the very end are a little bit off, but we fix them at the end. On this job, we didn't put no string lines or anything like that. Sometimes we do like to put string lines. Well, I take that back. All the times we put string lines. But for this situation, we didn't. It wasn't necessary. And here's coming along, just stacking those pavers. Like I said, this project took probably 2 hours from start to finish. You know, 2 guys. It's a really easy process. And here we're getting ready to put the paver edging. The paver edging, you can buy all that stuff where you get the pavers at. They'll have the pavers, they'll have the paver edging, the nails, they'll have the sand, the road base. I suggest you guys go to a landscaping store. That's where you'll get all this stuff. Home Depots and Lowe's, it's good too, you know, for some pavers, but there's nothing like going to an actual landscape store. That's the best way to go. And here comes one of the important parts where I was telling you guys, to fill this, I recommend that type of sand. It's a polymeric sand. You broom it and then you compact it again on top of the pavers. That stuff gets hard like concrete. That will last a good, you know, it says 15 years, but it's a good 20 years before you gotta refresh it again. But that'll eliminate any weeds from growing and stuff like that. That's just amazing. That's why at the beginning we were using sand, but we just stay away from that 100%. I will not do a project with just regular sand. We only use polymeric sand. And this stuff comes in 2 colors. It's a beige and slate gray. Right now we're using the slate gray because it just goes more with the pavers we are using. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell. There's going to be a lot more content like this. And let me know what you guys want to see, like other videos, and make sure you guys water it 3 times. All right, this wraps it up for the Paver DIY pad for your shed. We're gonna be rolling the clip of the driveway we just finished So you guys can see the finished product of that job. It was the previous video we did, so check it out, guys. Hope you enjoy. All right, guys and girls, check it out. This is the final product here. It's a little wet this morning. Let's check it out. This color is called Lopez Blend. Here it is when it's not wet. We can obviously seal this. It'll look a lot nicer. If we seal it, it'll look like this all year long. And it helps it to protect the color from fading. Let's look at this little ribbon we did over here. Bam. Later, these posts are gonna be put back in here. And then we're gonna cover them with some stone and have like a seating wall. Came out really nice. All right, guys, on the next one.